This is the second quilt I've made for this mama, so I already know how this is gonna go. She organized everything for me perfectly, so it's easy peasy from here on out. We decided on the sides and I got to work. I started by cutting all the fronts off the little outfits, but I can't forget that crab. He's cute as a button. I separated all the clothes by color, and now it's time to really get to work. I always make time for a praise break, especially with how many times I hear mommy in a day. Thank you, Lord, for these little miracles. All right, back to it. I put my batting down first. Pick up the block and baby clothes off the floor and put it on top of your batting. And this part is literally like putting a puzzle together. I layer everything like I want it, cut out the excess, and pin it like crazy. Once all my blocks are done, I pick them up and take them to the sewing machine like this. That way nothing gets out of order. Now I'm going to be here for a while, but I'll show you a little bit. I just zigzag over all the edges. So wherever the baby clothes overlap each other, I do a zigzag stitch, and that's it. This next step I do on my industrial machine, but you definitely don't need one. Matter of fact, me and mine are about to have a come to Jesus. Why are you making that noise? I think she felt like she deserved a praise break too, and some oil, so I oiled her up. But then that heifer like to broke a needle off right in my eyeball, and I swear y'all, I was this close to throwing her out the window. It's a good thing she let me finish my swirlies, because she was about to have a bad day. Alright, to the cutting table. Let's straighten up the edges on all these blocks and get them sewn together. You see how I'm taking my sweet old time? It's because she needs to know that I'm back and I ain't about to play no games with her today. Alright, we're going to sew these blocks right sides together to make our first row. And then take it to the ironing board and press those seams that you just sewed. A lot of y'all are giving me a fit about how I say iron. How do you say it? Iron? Iron? Either way, sew the rest of your blocks to make those rows, and don't forget to iron your seams. Alright, now we're going to put the rows that you just made right sides together, pin them, and then take them to the sewing machine to sew those too. I can already hear y'all now talking about pin them. What is that? And then when you get that done, you know where we going. Back to the ironing board, because we got to iron those seams. Y'all crack me up. All right, here she is. Let's put the back on. I'm so excited that some of y'all have tried and love this technique for putting the backing on a quilt. I honestly thought that this was how everybody did it. That just goes to show that you have so much to offer people. Not everybody knows what you know, and you could be a blessing to somebody else. So share, friend, share. I used straight pins all around where I made my binding, but I used big giant safety pins to secure the backing to the top. And I do a double straight stitch all around the perimeter of my quilt. Now roll the quilt up to that first seam. I use a zigzag stitch where I've sewn my blocks, rows, and columns together. And that's what holds the top of the quilt to the back of the quilt. And friend, that's the last step. This quilt is done, and now we jam. Y'all, this quilt might be cuter than a brand new speckled puppy. And I sure do hope this sweet little sister loves it.